Hey guys, King of Charmanders here to be your judge, your jury, and your analyst, and today I bring to you the best Mew team in Open Great League. Mew has ascended into the top teams once more, and this team features Brave Bird Surfetch, so I heavily approve of it. But yes, Mew is incredibly powerful, and still really good at Open Great League. The problem is, it might break your TM bank. You will see my Mew with Wild Charge and Focus Blast. The reason you see it here is because I literally spent 100 TMs on Mew, and in this whole shoutcast, I will use Focus Blast once. But the reason why I like Focus Blast Mew is because sometimes Mew doesn't, sometimes the Bastiodon, sometimes Basties don't shield Mew's Focus Blast. They don't respect the Focus Blast, they end up getting blasted into the Shadow Realm. It's freaking hilarious, and I love to see them get absolutely obliterated by Focus Blast. But not in this case. It's just I was too annoyed at... I've never spent 100 TMs on a Mew before, but on this day, I was proven wrong. So, this is the strongest Mew team for Open Great League. Mew is incredibly powerful, and it's a whole lot of fun. I used it in my Triple Mythical team, gave it to Zionic, and still to this day, it's one of his most popular videos. So, Triple Mythical, it's beamed its way to victory, and I love my Mew. Triple Mythical was kind of put me my name on the map a little bit, but I love it, and I hope you love this shotcast. But before we get started, this is going to be my therapist mental health tip of the day. As usual, if you want to skip this, you could just go fast forward a few minutes, and then you go straight to the battles, or I have chapters. I put the time in to make chapters. There's a reason why I put the time to make chapters, so it's easy for y'all to skip through stuff. A little bit of effort goes a long way. But for those of you that are interested, this is Everyday Unusual Experiences. So this is just a little worksheet. So everyone has powerful experiences from time to time, and there are very ordinary reasons why people have experiences I consider unusual. I do this because Mew. Mew was unusual when I watched a movie for the first time when I was a little kid, you know what I mean? It's like, oh, what's this pink little blob? Is that the 150 watch Pokemon? And back in the day, I was a lot more excited than I am now about Mew because, you know what I mean? There's now 7, 8 generations of Pokemon, and now there's like hundreds of them. But back in the day, there was only 151, and Mew was a legendary. So when Pokemon the first movie came out, I watched it in theaters, and I was absolutely starstruck, and I was like, oh my god, this movie is amazing. Those were the good days. Now we have Pokemon Go. And Go Battle League still isn't fixed yet, but you know what, that's not my problem. Anyways, this is just a powerful worksheet. It really gives you a good insight on what might be describing your unusual things. For example, I didn't know that with sleep deprivation, if you're deprived of sleep immensely, it can actually cause psychosis. What that means is that you can actually see like hallucinations because you're so sleep deprived. That will manifest throughout the daily day and possibly affect your daily life. So yes, sleep deprivation can actually do that. And psychosis usually only forms, or at least when I was, before I learned this, was from like really serious mental disorders like schizophrenia, etc. But yes, take a look at this worksheet. If you have unusual occurrences throughout the day, this can explain a little bit of why you might be seeing that if you don't have your life really in order. But yeah, take a look at this worksheet. Hopefully you'll enjoy this shoutcast with Mew. And yes, it's Wild Charge Focus Blast because I ran out of TMs, alright? But it still does some work in this shoutcast, and you might actually see a Brave Bird destroy an entire mon. Without further ado, let's get started. Alright, here are the battles. So this team was here before. I forgot who the heck created it, or when it's been in here multiple times, but it's made a return. What I like about this time around is that Surface actually has Brave Bird, yes. I actually broke in my Brave Bird team with Surfetched way back when I made Legend back in the day because it was Brave Bird that had the primary move. But I wasn't anticipating Brave Bird getting the... Surfetch, you must respect the bird with Surfetched. If it goes through shields, it might actually kill whatever's in front of you. I get a Shadow K9 for a lead versus Mew. Here's the bad thing though. So Mew, I'm going to double Wild Charge here and then just give up Mew. It's likely this, I try to swap out here, but as you see, K9 does win CMP against Mew, so this was like kind of futile. So poor Mew, the little Mew is going to get absolutely wiped out, and they actually undercharge this, which was really smart. However, my opponent switches into Azu. Here's what you never want to do. Do never switch into a Surfetch down shields never switch an Azu into a Surfetched with extra energy. Because 2 Leaf Blades at zeros will wipe it out. Surfetch's attack is so high, plus Leaf Blade is the most powerful move with 35 energy base stat of damage. And my opponent's going to top left because they figured that, oh wow, they've made a terrible mistake, and that's GG's. But yes, when you're in the zeros, Surfetch will win with an energy lead. 2 Leaf Blades is enough just because Surfetch has a ridiculous high attack stat. However, we do not win this lead. As you see here, we lose the lead again, Mew versus Wigglytuff. So I'm going to double Wild Charge here like I did last time, but I don't want to give up Switch because I don't want to give up my whole Skarmory. If they have something good against Skarmory in the back, then I essentially give up my only counter, this Wigglytuff. So the idea here is to just sack Mew in the lead, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to send in Skarmory to farm down. If my opponent throws a move, and this is what they do next is like really odd. Well, actually, it's not odd. I kind of predicted it. So instead of leaving their Wigglytuff in, they swap into Trevenant. So because they swapped into a Trevenant, I don't think they don't have an answer to Skarmory. So either Skarmory does really well against what they have in the back and against Wigglytuff, and they're just really weak to Skarmory. So I'm gonna give up Surf Edge here. I'm gonna fire this Leaf Blade, and then that Trevenant likely has a Shadow Ball queue. This Leaf Blade won't kill, unfortunately. This is where Night Slash would be nice. However, like I mentioned before, I'm kind of hinting that they don't have a strong counter, or that Skarmory beats their entire team. Big Metal pissed off Bird from Generation 2. Actually, Skarmory was on my team in Generation 2 and Generation 3. In Ruby and Sapphire, you can actually catch a Skarmory. I forgot, before you meet that one chick, it's literally been so long ago that I don't remember. But before you meet Blaine's daughter, her name, she's a gym leader, you can catch a Skarmory in that Volcano Ash route. So Skarmory was actually in my team, and like I predicted, there was a Shiftry. However, so because of that, Shiftry's, and I still have a shield, Shiftry eats the Burb, eats the Sky Attack, it goes down, and then they top left because they already know it's over. Now, I get a very neutral lead. The reason why I call it neutral is technically you win this lead. However, if Jellicent baits, they technically beat you. So you have an advantage here, but it's more neutral than you actually having a winning matchup. Thankfully, I called a Shadow Ball because Shadow Ball sucks. I don't want to, balling out. Like, I watched Dragon Ball Super, and I watched the Dragon Ball Super movie. Definitely recommend it. It was a fantastic movie for anyone to watch. And getting hit by a freaking giant key energy ball of death, especially the one where Cell in that movie, well, I'm not going to spoil it for those of you that actually haven't watched the movie yet, but yes, there's a giant attack, and mostly it's a giant ball of doom that's probably going to end the world if it lands, and thankfully that giant ball didn't land on my Mew. We get a Scrafty, and they eat the Wild Charge on Jellicent. That's why I mean it's very neutral. I swap out, and then they have a Scrafty. Because they're not swapping out of this matchup, I'm assuming that Skarmory has a great matchup for whatever is in the back. So we're going to take out the Scrafty. I will shield at this point just because I don't want to let Skarmory go, especially if my hunch is correct. And they do have something really weak to Scrafty in back, and it happens to be Nidoqueen. So what's going to happen here is that because Nidoqueen is double resisted, or because Poison Jab is double resisted, my hunch is they don't know my back row, so they're probably going to try to farm me down. With that being said, I might be able to get to 3 Sky Attacks here. So here's the second one, and I might be able to get to a third one. Mew has some energy on it, so I'm going to try to get to a Wild Charge on Mew. Because they don't know what my back row is, Mew might be able to kick to a Wild Charge, and that's GG's. As you see here, they're not blowing their energy. They finally fire. However, my opponent is this is probably going to be a Poison Fang because they want to farm down. Because they have to deal with a whole Mon Bat, but they don't know what it is. It was a good idea. The problem is I still have all that energy from Jellicent, and I'm able to get to Wild Charge. Even though Wild Charge is double resisted because Electric is double resisted by ground types. Because they're so low, Wild Charge will kill. So I didn't even need Surf in this instance. For the fourth battle, we have Mew onto Stunfisk. This is actually terrible because I don't have Surf. In the 2 shields, you beat Stunfisk because you have Surf. I don't have Surf, I have Focus Blast. So, you already know what I'm going to do. I'm going to go for the Big Blast. I'm going to fire, since I was talking about Dragon Ball Super, I'm going to fire this freaking Spirit Bomb. Luckily, I call this bait here, and I'm going to fire a Focus Blast. If they shield this, I'm going to be so pissed off because I'm like, dude, really? You shielded? Don't respect this. And then bang. Unfortunately, they shielded. I'm like, oh, crap, wow. So, that didn't work. Not only that, that's a Shiny Pancake. So, Shiny Pancake's going to fire Rock Slide or Earthquake. I'm going to shield Surf Edge, and they're staying in, which is really odd. I'm going to overfarm a little bit here, and then I'm going to fire Leaf Blade. This will KO if they don't shield. But seeing as they didn't swap out, they're probably really weak to Surf Edge, which is really odd. So I'm going to shield this. This is probably going to be an Earthquake because I shielded a Rock Slide, and they swap into a Venusaur. Here's the problem, because I have so much energy and I win CMP, Surfetch is going to be able to get to the Brave Bird. So Hurricane Brave Bird is going to go for the boom, and then that's going to absolutely eviscerate and wipe out this poor Venusaur from the face of the planet. And that's an Azumarill. Remember what happened with the Azumarill last time? Yeah, Azumarill is going to get hit by a really large amount of damage because this Leaf Blade is going to send my Giant Schlong up your Azu's butt. And as you see here, we're going to send in Skarmory. And this is pretty much game. Skarmory is going to go through. Even if they have a Hydro Pump, I can get to a Sky Attack or I can get to a Brave Bird, either one. And it has to be an Ice Beam. So this Azu is actually carrying Play Rough Hydro Pump. I mean, Play Rough Ice Beam, which is great. Because now I can Sky Attack here for sure. And then I should be able to get to a Sky Attack against their back row. Because I'm going to be able to farm down a little bit of this Azu. And then that's good. That's pretty much good. That's all she wrote. Azu fires another Ice Beam because they don't have Play Rough. And then all I'm going to do is I'm going to be able to Sky Attack this Stunfisk. And they already know it's game over. So that's GG's. They just top left. I should be able to get to another Sky Attack. If not, Mew might be able to get to a move. And I still have a sack. So I still have multiple win conditions even if they didn't top left. Last but not least, we got Medicham on a Mew. This is terrible for a Medicham, so they're going to swap. And I have Lickitung onto Surfetched. All I'm going to do is straight Leaf Blade here against freaking shiny Lickitung. You can even eat a Body Slam if you want to. And then I'm going to fire Leaf Blade. Even if they don't shield, I should commit both shields ideally. But I know Medicham loses to both Mew and against Surfetched. So I should be able to get to a second Leaf Blade here before I go down. Or I can give up Surfetch. That's another play I could do, but I don't want to give up Surfetch. We're going to shield the second Body Slam and take both of their shields. And now I have a Skarmory. Now the reason I'm doing this is because this should break their second shield unless they decide to let go of Lickitung, and they do. Now with the advantage here is that I should have stopped attacking to get a little more overfarm on Skarmory because it will resist both Body Slam and Power Whip, but because our timer is running out anyways, it's still not the most solid move. Besides, you have a Medicham and you have something in the back. I have a Mew and a Skarmory, and I have a shield. So if there's Bastiodon has to be in the back. And it's not a Bastiodon, it's actually a Ninetales. I fire the Brave Bird here. I think they tried to catch a Sky Attack. Brave Bird goes through, and my god, that does a lot of damage. So all I'm going to do here is literally farm down the Ninetales. And I'm just going to fire a Wild Charge. Get a little bit of farm and then fire a Wild Charge. And I should be able to get to another Wild Charge on that Medicham because even though I go -2, I do resist counter because of Mew. Wild Charge goes off. They should zap this Medicham and do enough damage for me to Shadow Claw down, or this will KO. So as you see, it does enough damage for me to Shadow Claw down, and then my opponent fires this Sidekick Power Up Punch, whichever you want to call it, but it doesn't really matter, because you're just going to die to Shadow Claw damage. Behold, the most powerful Mew team in Open Great League with Surfetch Brave Bird. And Surfetch Brave Bird actually was able to get me a dub in this set. So I was like, wow, I enjoyed it. But yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed the battles. Mew is still a beast in Open Great League, and this is the most powerful Mew team for Open Great League featuring Brave Bird Surfetched. And that's game. I hope y'all enjoyed the battles, especially Burr versus Venusaur. Actually, you know what? I should probably look this up right now. Surfetch's base attack is 143. So against Venu, you win CMP. Against Trev, you win CMP. So it has a redonkulously high attack. And at 143, it's absolutely amazing. And yeah, well, it's very squishy, but at 143, it won't lose CMP against a lot of things. As you see, Brave Bird just absolutely annihilated that Venusaur from the face of the earth. But yes, I'm also really looking forward to when they finally release Season 12 information. Yo, the season literally ends in 3 days. You would think that I know GoFest just started, but you know what? I can't. Your dude can't be that busy to where they can make their infographics for the next season, because 4 days is a plenty of time for people to get ready. Yeah, it's so weird. But I guess, yeah, watch them make another interlude season because they can't figure out what to do. Even though that interlude season didn't really matter because you still saw the same super meta that still came out. So for 3 months, whoever the PvP gods were in charge of said making moves or whatever, you had a 3-month vacation, and you still had in 3 months you can't figure out what to do, or maybe they're just gonna break the game again as they usually do. But yeah. Well, let's just hope Season 12 results come out soon because I'm really looking forward to, like, dissecting whether or not these changes are worth it. And we already know the Jungle Cup remix is coming, so that's just a god-awful meta to begin with. But yes, I hope y'all enjoyed the video. Hopefully Season 12 information does come soon. Hopefully y'all are making your last-minute legend pushes. If not, I hope y'all reached your goals. If not, Season 12 is your time to shine. Without further ado, please do me a favor. Please like, subscribe, and comment for the YouTube algorithm. As usual, I stream on Twitch on Friday, Saturday, Sundays. Actually, no. Yeah, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. And I've seen a lot of you on there, so I really do appreciate y'all. Good luck on your Go Battle League sets, and then I will see y'all on the next video. Hopefully with Season 12 information.
That I made